today we're going to be revisiting an older video to see what sold, what I made a profit on, and what I probably could have left on the shelf. Well, you can probably tell by the very cluttered background that we are here at the shop today. I need to get some stuff done here. I've got about 2 hours to get as much done as I possibly can. This is one of my goals. One of my goals is to get the Dedham Pottery listed. I feel very uncomfortable about having it just sit here on this plastic table, especially seeing as how this plate over here is worth a couple $1,000s. This quail plate, that's right, it's worth a couple $1,000. I'm just gonna set it back very carefully. And this one here is worth a couple $100, this turtle plate. The others are probably a couple $100 a piece. But yeah, there's bunny plates and swans and ducks and all sorts of critters. So I really want to get this listed and get it moved along. But part of the issue that I'm having and what's holding me back from doing that is because the last Dedham Pottery plate that I sold was the chick plate. Sold for $1,200. I started it at a $4 auction price, and I was pretty confident that it was going to sell for what it was worth, and in the end it did. But now, with the way the economy is, I just don't know if I have the guts to start it at $4. I'm just like, am I feeling that gutsy? No, I'm not. I'm not feeling that gutsy. So I'm thinking I'm either going to list it, buy it now, or I'm going to do something I very, very rarely ever do, and that's start something at not $4. Start it like closer to what I would want for it. And I've done that only once before, and it was on a Fenton Epern. It was a red stretched glass, and that was only once. Only once have I ever done that, but I think I have to make a decision, and the first step to making that decision is getting photographs. So I'm going to photograph this stuff here, and then I'm going to make a decision on how I want to list it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the turtle plate here. Now, a lot of people ask me, what makes this so valuable? And my only explanation for that is that there is a collector's market for it, and there are a lot of people searching for this turtle plate. Dedham Pottery has different types of plates. Obviously, this is a turtle plate. I showed you the quail plate. There's owls. There's where's some of the other ones? Mushrooms. They have some really cool plates. So I feel like people just want to build a collection, and this is part of that collection and one of the rarer pieces. The quail being one of the most rare, I guess. So that's what makes it valuable, and that's why I would list this to auction. And that would be the temptation to list it to auction, because there's a demand for it. Now, I have to consider the state of the economy right now, and stuff isn't really moving on eBay, and that's a sign that eBay auctions might not be the best way to go. But let's take the picture, and then we'll make a decision. I need your vote on something.
My vote on something? What do you need my vote on?
The Dedham Pottery.
I say we just take a hammer and smash it all.
Stop it.
Just kidding.
Given how much it's worth,
yeah,
should I list it at a $4 starting bid?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. No, not especially not with what we've got into it.
Yeah, we have 800 into all of it.
We paid up for it, and I don't want to take a hit that great. I mean, I don't think we would, especially with this piece here.
Although I did notice when I was snapping photos, because we know the light box reveals all, there are some nail polish repairs on the edge.
But this is a really rare piece.
And a very old piece.
So you make sure you disclose the information.
Absolutely.
But I mean, you can put it up at a reasonable price. You don't have to put it up at full price, obviously, because it's been repaired.
Should I list it at a high auction start, or should I just list it at a buy it now?
I would just list it as a buy it now.
That's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
That would be where I'd go with it. I'd come up with a fair price.
Yeah.
And list it as a buy it now at a fair price.
Fair enough.
I mean, I think this is pretty cool. From what I understand, the auction house had gotten several calls just about this piece.
Yeah.
So I know there's some good interest in it and value. And
well, when you look on WorthPoint and you search for Dedham Pottery plate,
yes,
and you search highest to lowest, this is one of the highest selling plates.
Gotcha.
the Quail plate.
Gotcha.
So that should indicate that it's got some value to it, I'd say.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, well, it is now all photographed. It is weighed, it is measured, and I think it is ready to be listed, which I will probably do tonight. Usually when I'm sitting in front of the TV is when I do most of my listings, after I've already photographed it. So as far as what we're going to put to buy it now versus auction, these ones I think are definitely going to be buy it now. And then also this guy. And then I think for auction, I'm going to do the bunny plate. Now this bunny plate does have an issue. There is a chip there on the edge. I gotta be careful moving all of this around. Last thing I need to do is drop it. This bunny plate is in pretty good condition though. I don't see really much wrong with this. There are some edge marks, but no cracks or crazy chips. This one, and maybe you could give some insight on this, I believe that this one was broken and then repaired. The evidence being this right here. At first, maybe I thought it was a glaze defect, but it appears that this here is a crack, because the rest of it is just kind of raised, but this you can actually feel a crack. And on the back, if you turn it around, there's no glaze in the center. And every single plate that I've photographed has a glazed center. So I'm not sure if this one was repaired, possibly, and as a result. But what's weird about it is it does still have a marking on it. So this one is kind of giving me weird vibes. So I'm probably going to end up listing this one as a auction because it's got me confused. And as is too. Of course, we always detail all of the damage or suspected damage in the listing, but I love the swans. I'm pretty sure those are swans as opposed to these ones, which I believe are ducks. Now there is a Dedham pottery book somewhere in these boxes, which I'm thinking maybe I should try to dig out just so that I have a better understanding, but I'm just not sure which box it's in. I will haul this stuff at a later date, but I think I'm going to dig through it real quick, maybe give you a sneak peek as I'm searching for that book. This was super cool. These art pottery pieces. This one's not signed. Let's see if I can find one of the really cool ones. So, oh, not that one either. But you'll see a common theme here once I... This one. Oh, here we go. So these vases have organs on them. They have organs on them. How cool is that? I mean, that's really cool, right? I thought they were signed, but I'm realizing they're not. Which really surprises me because they're so unique and kind of funky. You would think that somebody would put their name to these. But here's a heart, a brain. I think those are kidneys and lungs. I'm not sure what that is. But there's a bunch of them. And the reason I said there's a common theme, I think this one's supposed to look like a brain. And this one... not sure what this one is supposed to look like. Obviously, this is just an antique vase, but there are, I think, like 6 or 7 anatomy vases, which are really cool. If you know who makes them, let me know in the comments, because obviously they didn't bother signing them. There's no signatures at all. Okay, so I've loaded up the cart here on stuff that I photographed for listing, just like I do every time I come into the shop. I pulled out some, you know, older stuff, but stuff I was really excited about, and I was just like reluctant because I don't know, when I have really good stuff, I just put it off and put it off. So this is one of those pieces that I was on the fence about. I think it might be Lotes or Let's. I've been told to pronounce it both ways, so I'm not even sure anymore. But it has this really nice iridescence to it, and it's not marked. So I was able to find similar examples that were marked, and they were normally marked around the base here, but this one has nothing. So I'm kind of at a loss on this. I have it this way so it doesn't topple over. But this is one of the pieces I've been holding on to. I'm gonna get out of here now. I'm gonna head back towards home. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see all of you tomorrow. So long. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. In case you spotted something you just can't live without, we do post 25 to 30 new items in our eBay shop every single day, and I've posted a link to that down in the description. If you enjoyed this video, we will be posting videos just like this every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, so make sure you stay tuned, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I have included a link to the playlist down in the description.